अस्सलाम एंड वेलकम बैक। आज हम स्टार्ट करेंगे एक नया चैप्टर सिंपल एंड कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट का। व्हाट इज सिंपल इंटरेस्ट? Interest is a charge for the use of money. In a situation involving interest, there is a borrower and a lender. When a person borrows money, he usually pay interest as a fee for the use of money. So the sum is the principal, the time expressed in year or fraction of year. So the rate of interest is expressed as a percent. It is annual rate unless otherwise specified. Interest paid only on the principal borrowed is called simple interest. The sum of the principal and interest is called amount. So we use the formula to find out the principal amount, the interest rate, and the time. Simple interest equals to principal into rate into time. So the example is find the simple interest and the amount for rupees 1000 for 1 year at 6%. For this we use the formula I equals to P into R into T divided by 100, and we simply put the values in this formula to find the simple interest rate, where P is the principal amount and the P value is 1000. So 1000 into R, where R is the rate of interest which is 6%, and the time is 1 year, so we write 1 divided by 100. Now the value of this is 60. Now what is the amount? For amount we use the formula amount is the sum of the principal and the interest rate. So amount A equals to principal, or we can say P plus I. P plus principal plus simple interest which is I. So in this we simply put the values. P is 1000 and I we already find out the value. So 1000 plus 60. 1000 plus 60, which is 1060 rupees. So how to find the principal amount? For principal amount, we use the formula principal equals to principal P equals to simple interest, or we can say I into 100 divided by R rate of interest into time. So we easily find out the principal amount. So if we have the example like what some would borrow in rupees 200 as interest is 5% in 2 years. So in this example, if we suppose this is the example and the values is I is the interest rate and the value of I is 200 rupees. The rate of interest is R and R is 8%. And the next is time, we can say T equals to 2 years. So how we can find how to find the principal amount. For principal amount, we simply put the values in this formula. So P equals to simple interest, or we can say I. So I is 200 into 100, which is already in the formula, already given in the formula. So 100 as it is आ जाएगा divided by R into T. So R is rate of interest. So rate of interest is 5%. Sorry, not 8%. Rate of interest is 5%. Rate of interest is 5%. So we write it 5 into T, which is 2 into 2. So the value is 2000. The next example is at what annual rate percent of interest would 780 rupees amount to rupees 1320 in 2 years 3 months. For this we use the formula R equals to I into 100 divided by P into T. So we simply find out the values. Like in this we have the principal amount, which is P. So P is 780 principal amount, and the amount is already given, which is 1320, 1320. So for simple interest we use the formula simple interest. We have for simple interest we write it I. So for I, or simple interest, we will minus from the amount 1320 minus 780. So I equals to 540, 540, and the time is 2 years 3 months. So for this we can write it in this form as well, like 2 years and total month is 12. So we write it 12 and the given month is 3. So we can write it 9 by 4 years. 9 by 4 years. Now we simply put all these values in the formula where R equals to 540, which is I, our simple interest. 540 into 100 divided by P into T. So P is the principal amount, which is 780, and T is time, which is 9 by 4. So we write it in this form, like 4 ऊपर चला जाएगा और 9 जो है वो नीचे. So 4 by 9. So R equals to, through calculator we can easily find out the value, which is 400 into 400 divided by 13. 13. Or we can write it in this form as well, like we have 30 here, 13 and 10% per annum. So the next example is, how long will it take for rupees 2000 to amount rupees 2360 at 6% per annum simple interest rate? So in this we will find the time. So for time we have the formula I into 100 divided by P plus R. So we already know that amount equals to A equals to P plus I, which is principal plus simple interest rate, P plus I, and I is equals to amount minus principal, amount minus P. So here the amount is 2360 minus principal, which is 2000, 200. So the answer is, or we can say interest, simple interest is 360 rupees. So for time, we can easily put these values in the formula to find out the time. So I is the 360 into 100 and divided by P plus R, which is already given in the example that 2000 into 6. So time equals to overall 3 years.